His first start of any kind. In as well came Callum Elliott and Davidas Chesnauskas. The referee was Charlie Richmond, and Craig Burley was with me on the commentary gantry at Easter Road.
What a difference a year has made in the capital. This time last season, Hibs are on the way to finishing 11 points ahead of their capital rivals. They've done an about turn, these two. Hearts currently at kick-off here 15 points in front of the team they love to hate. Good start from Derek Riordan. Showed too much of it though to Robbie Neilson. It's gone behind. Just the first little threat from Riordan, looking to get to 20 goals this season. He's just one away.
Yeah, he's a big player today, Rob, for Hibs. 19 goals. Fantastic player. We're playing out on the left today in a 4-3-3 formation. Always looking to run at defenders, always capable of scoring goals, and another terrific season.
Hearts looking for Derby win of the season, number 4. They've won 3 of the 4 meetings thus far, and in all 3 they've scored 4 goals. Twice at Tynecastle, and of course once at Hampden in the Tennis Scottish Cup semi-final. It's Chesnauskas against Shields. Down that side, Jay Shields with his 4th start for Hibs and has done pretty well. But things could get tough at the back for Hibs under a fair bit of pressure, with a free kick goes their way.
Yeah, just a scramble on the edge of the box then. Gary Caldwell does well, he gets his body in. I don't see too much wrong with that, I have to say.
Here's Paul Hartley, a big threat to Hibs. 6 of his 15 goals this season have come against the Easter Road team. And again wearing the captain's armband in the absence of Stephen Presley. Here's Bruno Aguiar, a controlling presence as well in that central midfield area. Robbie Neilson's cross, and the flashing header from Callum Elliott goes wide. The 19-year-old back in the starting lineup.
It's a decent ball in from Neilson, but not into a great area. And I don't think Elliott really believed he was going to score from there. Past Molkowski, who played very well at Celtic last week. It has to be said, he's had his problems in goal. And I think it has been a problem area for Tony Mowbray. But I thought Molkowski at Celtic last week, when Hibs went there and drew 1 each and played reasonably well, Molkowski had a decent game.
Molkowski making his 7th start after Simon Brown was sent off against Celtic here last month. The threat of Ivan Sproul cancelled out there by Christophe Berra. Here comes Jay Shields, too strong with the pass. It runs away from Sproul, and the introduction of Ivan Sproul back to the starting lineup for Hibs is the only change from the team which played at Celtic Park for Tony Mowbray last weekend. Kevin Thompson missing, and he could be a key member of personnel to be absent from the home lineup here today. Free kick given against the challenge on Nicol Eunice by Stephen Fletcher, trying to get in from the back.
It was Nicol Eunice just dwelling on the ball, and I think it's Aguiar who's down at the moment, been caught. But in the context of the season, Rob, this is a huge game for both clubs, but especially for Hearts. With 3 games remaining after this and the Old Firm game coming up, they could really pile the pressure on Rangers. Ivanauskas, big task between now and the end of the season, and they're probably really up for here. Great atmosphere here today at Easter Road, and Hibs, Tony Mowbray wants to go for this 4-3-3 formation. He feels their goals in this game, I think.
Ibrahim Tal with the free kick aimed at Roman Bednar, steers it down, but Umar Konde, the Swiss midfielder, is first there. And now David Murphy played forward into feet for Stephen Glass. He was impressive at Celtic Park last weekend and has just extended his Hibs deal. Unsure from Tal, not the best of touch. Only his 2nd game in Maroon, his first start. Murphy's cross, Berra's headed away. Back it comes from Conde. Elliott. You don't get too much time on the ball in an Edinburgh derby. Well judged by Murphy. Now with Caldwell, who'll be a Celtic player in the summer. Tal got that away just in time from Fletcher. There's Nielsen. In goes Murphy. Good challenge. Much more committed than Mikkel Yunus. Riordan looking to get this into the danger area. Caught in two minds there. Maybe could have drifted a little bit further forward and had a crack at goal. It wasn't much of a cross.
Yeah, it's decent play from Murphy, but I just feel that Riordan there is in two minds, as you said, Rob. He's caught between the cross and the shot, and I don't think he's going to beat the player of the year. Scotland's #1, Craig Gordon, from that kind of distance.
Caldwell's header. Then Jay Shields, the smallest player on the pitch. And that's another free kick, which goes the way of the home team. Given against Lee Wallace.
Problem for Hearts at the moment is Hibs are playing three in midfield in the formation of 4-3-3, and they're getting outnumbered. Hartley and Aguiar in there getting outnumbered at the moment, and that's why we're seeing the start of the game with possession for Hibs.
Hogg's free kick, no threat, headed away by Nielsen. Conde with Aguiar breathing down his neck. Long ball from Caldwell, accurate as well, picks out Riordan. Couldn't keep it though, Derek Riordan. His touch wasn't the best by his high standards, and that allowed Mikkel Yunus to nip in front of him, and he was then fouled.
Good initial touch from Riordan, but a little bit overzealous there. Start of the match. Good play from Mikkel, and there's nothing in that. Charlie Richmond did well, no point showing a yellow card. Passionate game, it's very early on, giving player the benefit of the doubt.
It's gone out.
Well, Hearts haven't really got going yet, Rob, have they? It's Hibs have started slightly the better side without really creating anything, but as I said, having the extra man in midfield is going to give Hearts something to think about. Young Elliott dropping back from the striking position to try and help out, but that's taking one man away from up front, leaving Bednar up there on his own. And it's something for even Auskus, the Hearts coach, to think about.
Hibs looking to end the season in style. They've won only one of their last 7 games, and that spell, of course, includes losing at Hampden in the Cup semi-final to Hearts. A long ball from Murphy aimed at Sproul. Berra's header dropping for Whittaker. Ivan Sproul forces it in, but the flag was up for offside.
It's a great ball in from Murphy there, who I think's not an underrated player. I think does a fantastic job, and I think Sproul's just got to be thinking there, because you can see Stephen Fletcher turning away Whittaker, in disgust, because he was playing that ball for himself to run onto. Sproul was in an offside position, and he really had to play away from the ball there, but he comes back into the side today, and he's going to be a dangerous player coming up against Lee Wallace.
Hearts in pursuit of second spot in the SPL, in a strong position at the moment, and if they can finish there ahead of Rangers, then it could mean a passport to the Champions League. So the incentives are massive for the Tynecastle team, and Christoph Berra was an impressive performer for Hearts last weekend against Kilmarnock in the win, which kept up their momentum. But meantime, Hibs have a free kick given against Aguiar's challenger. In fact, it was Callum Elliott. Chris Hogg's cross, and an easy taking makes it look easy. Craig Gordon, he dominates that goal mouth. Good, safe hands.
Well, that kind of cross-in's like taking sweeties off a kid for Craig Gordon. 6'4", fantastic goalkeeper, and if you're going to put the ball into the Hearts box today with him in goal, you're going to have to whip it in with pace, and that was a poor ball.
Missed by Elliott and Hogg. Covering in behind was Caldwell. Stretching was Lee Wallace. That's Berra. And yet another free kick. The match hasn't flowed since kick-off. It's constantly been interrupted by the referee's whistle. 9 minutes gone, goalless at Easter Road. The only derby played here this season was won by Hibs, 2-0. That's Tal. The header picked up by Sproul, but he's under pressure from Wallace. The ball flies out. Hearts throw, good work from the teenager Wallace, tacking in from left back.
Yeah, big day for him with Fisas out, and we've seen him before. We know he's a decent player, but Hibs are doing that, playing the long ball up and trying to get Sproul running off Fletcher up front. That's the way they're going to play it today. It has been a scrappy start, Rob, but you'd expect that with so much at stake.
Fletcher flicks it on, or tries to. Tal gets there at the second attempt, and the game is halted, so Stephen Fletcher can get some attention. He took a knock on the head, and that's always a a concern, a clash of heads there with Tal.
Yeah, always got to get the physio on for a head knock. Hopefully the lad's okay. Scored a fantastic goal last week at Celtic Park. Great finish to give Hibs a 1-0 lead at the time, which earned them a point, but difficult role for Fletcher today with Gary O'Connor gone to Russia. Tony Mowbray's not got many options up there, and Fletcher playing the lone striker role. They won't want to lose him, but it doesn't look too serious, although
He's done well this season, Craig. 9 goals already for a 19-year-old. He shows a lot of promise.
yeah, and he hasn't played regular, he hasn't played a consistent run of games, so to get 9 goals, and I think he showed, as I said last week, and he's finished at Celtic Park, he's got a composure about him, he can finish, he has got a level head, he's still a young lad, and as I say, with losing Gary O'Connor, a big player for Hibs, Killing came in, scored 1 or 2 goals, but Fletcher, Stephen Fletcher, we see here coming back on, finds himself playing up there on his own. Now the delivery up to him, Rob, today has to be good, because he has to be able to be given a chance to hold the ball in, to allow Riordan to get up and support, to allow Sproul to get up and support, and allow Hibs to squeeze the game up.
That's Caldwell taking charge. Sproul trying to protect the ball from Lee Wallace, who's making his first SPL start of the season for the Tynecastle team here, and just couldn't get at the ball there and went through Sproul. Hogg's free kick across the back 4 to Murphy. Caldwell has a long look, examining his options, but he's put too much on that. Derek Riordan was never going to catch it.
Well, he's capable, Gary Caldwell, and he's going to pastures new next season in Celtic Park, where he may be seen as a bit of a playmaker at the back, but certainly a confident guy going forward and playing the ball out from the back. It's been a big plus for Hibs, but they're going to lose him in the summer, and Tony Mowbray's going to have to find another player for that position.
Chris Hogg and Tahari under pressure from both Elliott and Bednar. Charlie Richland didn't like the challenge there of Roman Bednar. I thought he was quite entitled to go for it myself, trying to press the ball.
No, Hearts haven't got going, Rob, have they? They've just not got going.
No fluency so far.
No fluency, pressure. Coming last 4 games of the season now. 5 points clear. Desperate for a win today.
Caldwell with the free kick. Sproul turning away from Wallace, and he was caught by the left back, not for the first time. Good quick feet from Sproul, and a good set-piece position this for Hibs.
Well, it's needless for me. Charlie Richmond calling him across. It's needless, he's overzealous. I think he's shown his inexperience here. Absolutely no need to do that. Referee's assistant 2 yards away. That'll do, thank you very much. We'll have a nice free kick. And a chance to put under more pressure. Charlie Richmond saying no more of that. And I think Wallace coming in, 1 or 2 of the experienced players have to have a word with him, not to be diving in key areas. It's certainly a key area for this free kick.
It really was a crazy challenge that on Sproul by the young left back Lee Wallace, and all he's done is rolled out the welcome mat for Hibs to make the most of this set piece. And Hibs have one of the best exponents of a dead ball in Derek Riordan. 5 in the box for Riordan's free kick. Good delivery, pace, aimed at the near post. And Roman Bednar did well to get his head on that. It's gone behind for the corner though.
That's a fantastic free kick in from Riordan into a great area. Craig Gordon was berating Cisnowski, so he was in the wall, wasn't happy with him. Defended well from Gordon.
Caldwell and Hogg both up for this from the back. In from Riordan, and a miscue from Callum Elliott, which could so easily have ended up in his own net. And luckily, Craig Gordon was alive to this.
Well, it was a poor corner from Derek Riordan, it has to be said. Unlike him, usually his set-piece qualities fantastic, but it was a nervy clearance from Callum Elliott, an attempted clearance. That typifies the way Hearts have started this game. Haven't really got going yet. Look nervy. Know it's a big game. They need to settle down and start playing their own game.
Lovely touch from Riordan. Stephen Fletcher trying to get there, flung himself into the challenge, but Ibrahim Tal always looks pretty calm and composed there. Came in as a sub-Tal for Concalves last weekend, and that was Hearts fans' first sighting of the Senegalese international on the pitch. It's been about 9 months. Whittaker, over-ambitious, robbed of possession, shows Hartley, and Ivan Sproul is in behind Lee Wallace. Opportunity knocking. It's Warden. It's 1-0. 15 minutes gone. Craig Gordon is sprinting off his goal line to remonstrate with Charlie Richmond. I think he's looking for an offside. It's not going to be given.
Well, it's Paul Hartley who gives the ball away needlessly. Sproul breaks, picks his head up, picks the right ball, time and space for Ryden. It's a great finish, but you can see why Craig Gordon's complaining. He's in an offside position. Is he active? Is he not? It was Fletcher. Did he affect the goalkeeper? I don't think he did. And that is an absolutely fantastic finish from Derek Ryden. Hibs have started the better side. Hearts haven't got going. Just what this Mr. Road Proud we're looking for.
Well, Craig Gordon almost did 100 metres in 10 seconds there. Tony Mowbray is a happy man with the scoreline. Hearts far from it, and they reckon that with Fletcher in Craig Gordon's line of sight there, he could have touched the ball on its way in. He didn't, but does that make him offside or onside?
Yes, I mean, it's this active area these days. We've seen one or two things down in the Premiership recently, one with Blackburn and Liverpool, and in the old days that would have been an offside decision, end of story. And you could see, you can understand why Craig Gordon was furious about it. But nevertheless, I have to say, Derek Ryden, 20th goal of the season. It was an absolutely fantastic finish. Roman Bednall, he's frustrated, he's hardly had a touch. Hearts haven't got going, they've not been playing their passing game. But here it is, time and space, quality. Look at the technique. Fletcher's in an offside position there, you can see him just coming in. Does he affect Craig Gordon? That is the question. He doesn't touch it, there's no doubt about that. I don't think he affects it. I think Craig Gordon had absolutely no chance of getting it.
Derek Warden's 20th goal of the season, set up by Ivan Sproul's raid down the right-hand side, and it was all sparked by the ball being given away by Paul Hartley, who's been the hero for Hearts in the derby so often this season. He was the villain there as he conceded possession in midfield, and from that point onwards, Hearts were in big bother. Here's Glass, and danger man Sproul. No way through for him this time. Aguiar to Bednar, a clumsy challenge from Chris Hogg, and a free kick.
Yeah, it's clumsy from Hogg, but it's a decent position to give a free kick away, I suppose, on the halfway line. Not too much damage done, but as I say, Hartley hasn't really got in the game. He's been top player for Hearts this season, along with Craig Gordon, but as I said, when the game started, been outnumbered in midfield with the Hibs 3, and Aguiar and Hartley really haven't got close to any of the Hibs midfield, and I think even Elsgas has to have a look at that, the Hearts coach, because it's certainly not working for them at the moment.
In from Aguiar, clips off the head of Berra, on its way behind for a goal kick.
I think one of the things they have to do is Hearts maybe pull one of the wide men in, Chesnauskas or Michaelunas, to come in and help the two lads in central midfield, because at the moment none of the four in midfield for Hearts are getting into this game, and subsequence of that is Hibs pressure and Hibs having most of the possession. Got a great goal from Ryden, and Hearts really haven't got started.
The Hearts team selection is always a talking point. Scatchell, the top scorer, Brellier, the holding midfielder, both on the bench. No Jan Kauskis today, and Andy Webster's rest continues. Stephen Presley, the skipper, out injured, and well, you don't expect same again in terms of team selection from Hearts, and you rarely get it. And that was Robbie Nielsen just stretching to get into that 50-50 challenge, and an angry response from Gary Caldwell.
See, I don't see a lot wrong with that, Rob. I have to say, I know his foot was up. There's no other way when the ball's at that height. Robbie Nielsen's going to get the ball. He's a committed player. He's not a dirty player. I think Charlie Richmond at the moment, he's obviously wanting to take control of this match. He's calling Paul Hartley over as we speak. He's certainly blowing the whistle far too often for my liking at the start of the game.
Snarling at Stephen Glass on his way past, and you would imagine that the frustration is bubbling inside the Hearts skipper at the moment. He will know that he's played a big part in that opening goal for the opposition.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating start to the game for them, it has to be said. I think there'll be some people back at Ibrox at the moment delighted the way Hibs have started this match.
Caldwell's free kick aimed at the head of Whittaker. The ricochet came off Lee Wallace, who hooks it clear, and things are far from calm in that Hearts back four at the moment, and Ivan Sproul has done a lot of the damage. Shields with a hopeful ball forward, better clears. Hearts badly need a little bit of composure, a bit of foot on the ball. And there's yet another free kick to add to the collection, given against David Murphy this time.
Yeah, no doubt it's a free kick.
Callum Elliott snatched at the shot from just outside the penalty box, and not too much is going right for the SPL second place team at the moment.
They're not really venturing out the park, and they say efforts like that are probably the reason and one of the ways that Hearts have started this match. And I think you have to question the fact, with the likes of Scatchell on the bench, and Webster, who once again has been rested, which basically means he's been dropped. He hasn't played. Your experienced players, your best players, and this is a very important game for Hearts here today. And of course, 1-0, there's still loads of time to turn this game round, but certainly the way they've started, they look very nervy and lacking a little bit of quality in the final third, and with Scatchell on the bench, you know, he would give them that.
Cisnauskas hits the deck in spectacular fashion, and the Hibs fans reckon in over-theatrical fashion.
The way it went down, it looks as if he got an elbow in. Well, I don't look a great deal in that to me, I have to say.
A sniper's bullet. Derek Riordan. 20 goals now for him. More than 60 in the last 3 seasons. On the left foot of Stephen Whittaker, took a deflection off Ibrahim Tal on its way through to Craig Gordon, and again it's the home team we're threatening.
Well, it's good play again from Hibs. They're popping it round, they're using the extra man in midfield, and Whittaker getting forward there, very comfortable in midfield. Normally a right back, but can do a job in there. And as I say, the extra man Hibs have got in there, they're popping it round, and Hearts are getting a chasing in central midfield.
Good work from Murphy. Decisive. At the moment, Hearts getting pushed around. Not illegally that time, and Hearts have a free kick given against that challenge on Elliott.
Well, that's needless. It really is for Chris Hogg. It's a needless challenge, and it'll infuriate his manager because it gives Hearts a fantastic position for Hartley to drive in a set piece. And you just wonder what Chris Hogg was thinking about there.
Can Paul Hartley come up with a deadly delivery to make up for his earlier error? In with lots of pace, looking for the head of Bednar, well defended by Hibs. Hartley tries again, rolls it into feet, but it was straight at Whittaker, and now Hibs on the counter-attack with Riordan. On the other side is Sproul, back goes Hartley, and that's terrific work from the Hearts captain. Well, he ran almost the whole length of the pitch to track the run of Riordan.
Well, it's a fantastic breakaway, but you can't see it in your picture at the moment, but Ivan Sproul is totally free on the right-hand side. He doesn't pick his head up rather than that's fantastic team play from Paul Hartley, I have to say. Working back, tracking. We know he's got 15 goals this season, but my God, he doesn't have work for his team as well.
Caldwell looking for options, looking for midfield players to come short and receive. Another foul against Elliott and Murphy.
Well, there's a real frustration about this Hearts performance at the moment, and it's food for thought for the coach.
Not since November 2002 have Hearts won at Easter Road. Phil Stamp got the late winner that day and was sent off in the end for over-celebrating. But if Valdas Ivanauskas and his team are to update the record books, they're going to have to lift the level of performance, because at the moment they are second best and they're 1 down. and there is work to be done for Hearts. Free kick given against Fletcher for that challenge on Berra.
Yeah, just using the hands there, and Charlie Richmond in the right spot to give the free kick. Like a wounded animal at the moment. Hibs took a couple of batterings off Hearts this season. Semi-final of the Cup been won as well, and that'll be in the mind of Tony Mowbray. I'm sure he was mentioning that to his players prior to the kick-off.
25 minutes gone. Hibs 1, Hearts 0. Derek Riordan's 20th goal of the season after Paul Hartley's mistake allowed Sproul to set things up. And it will be a big talking point during the half-time interval, I'm sure, among the supporters, the positioning of Stephen Fletcher as Riordan's shot flashed into the corner past Craig Gordon. Was he active? Was he passive? Was it first phase? Was it second phase? Do we know? Do we care?
I think the answer is we haven't got a clue. And I think the referees and the assistants at times are concerned about and are unaware of what exactly the proper situation is, but take nothing away from that. It was a fantastic strike.
Here's Michael Eunice. Caldwell was the key defender there. And Hibs breaking out at pace with Whittaker. But he hurried the pass. Lee Wallace has looked a very uncertain figure on the left side of the Hearts back four. He hasn't played in the first team for some considerable time, and he's got the jitters.
He looks nervous. He really does look nervous, and I think I would be as well, mind you, with Sproul up against me running at me, but it's a big day for that young lad. It's a huge game here doing Edinburgh today with chance of Champions League. They could almost put the final nail in the coffin, Hearts, if they get a victory today. But at this moment in time, they look like a team devoid of any ideas, and as I said earlier, battle of the tactics at the moment is going to Tony Mowbray, who's playing 4-3-3, getting his tactics spot on. Let's see what Ivan Oscar's come up with. What can he coach is he? Can he change it? Can he do something to get his team back into this match?
Play on, despite the fact that Stephen Fletcher is grounded. Michael Eunice to Nielsen. That's good work from Derek Riordan, whose work ethic is sometimes criticised by his manager, but he did well there. In the meantime, Stephen Fletcher's going to need some attention.
He's been in the walls, the lad. He's taking a head knock early in the match, and he's obviously got a problem. I see Mark Venus speaking to the referee's assistant, not happy with it. Challenge from Berra, sandwich in between Berra and Aguirre in there. I don't think there was a lot in it, I have to say. I think he got caught in an unfortunate position. He looks to have taken a knock to his ankle. Yeah, so wee magic sponge on it, Rob. He'll be fine, I'm sure.
I think predicting the outcome of the Edinburgh Derby is just as tough as trying to work out what's going to happen in the Old Firm fixture in Glasgow. Sometimes current form plays no great part.
Well, that's right. Hibs will be buoyant with the draw they got at Celtic Park last week. And Hearts have been on a good run themselves, but as I say, tactically, so far, Tony Mowbray's getting it right. And as I say, even Auskis has to do something to change it, because his side at the moment are getting outplayed.
Robbie Nielsen winding up for the long throw. And Michael Eunice with a brilliant effort, and the save was even better from Malkowski. Well, a stunning stop from the Polish goalkeeper, although I'm not sure if it would have counted in any case as the whistle's gone.
Well, it's a Robbie Nielsen long throw again. He's free. It's a great strike, I have to say. And he stands up well, Malkowski. I would expect him to save that. Decent effort from Michael Eunice. I think Hearts will look to use that weapon in Robbie Nielsen whenever they get into the last third, sling it into the box, try and win the second balls. Fantastic save from Malkowski.
Trying to get the ball down. Easier said than done. In goes Jay Shields. Paul Hartley wasn't holding back either. And it's Hibs free kick.
He's a tenacious little character, Jay Shields. What I've seen of him, I like him.
Again, Hartley doing great defensive work, but it's further forward that the Tynecastle team have still to see the best of their skipper.
Yeah, Hearts need to see him in the defensive third working forward, but he's not really running the game, but he's quite happy to do the ugly side of it as well. Doesn't give Craig Gordon the best ball back, I have to say, but Gordon goes with it quite comfortably. But I'm sure Hearts would like to see Hartley getting on the ball, driving forward, making those runs, which I've seen him score 15 goals this season. But until they get some sort of decent possession, and he's not going to be able to do that, he's going to have to sit in, Hartley, and try and do a job for the team.
Hibs won't be making any great assumptions about this, but they're looking in a very controlled position at the moment, ahead on the scoreline, and they look the more threatening team. It's Wiarden, fired in at pace, headed away by Wallace. Murphy tries to get there. Nielsen was it off the Hibs fullback. It's not pretty, but it's highly competitive. It always is on Derby Day in Edinburgh.
Paul Hartley berating Michael Loomis there, not happy with his work rate, wants him to tuck in and help, but once again Whittaker was getting on the ball there. The third man in midfield really killing the two central midfielders for Hearts, Hartley and Aguiar. And every time Stephen Glass gets the ball, Whittaker takes up possession in behind the midfield, and he's popping little balls off to him, and it's causing them all sorts of problems.
And in the background, you may have noticed there the figures of Rudy Scatchell and Julian Brellier, and it's hard not to think that both of those players could be playing a key part in this, and you think Andy Webster is not involved either. Here comes Chesnauskas off Murphy behind, Hearts have a corner.
Well, that's a bit more positive from Chesnauskas, running at the defender, trying to take him on, trying to drive the ball across, but Murphy did well.
"13 minutes of the regulation first, 45 left. Hearts might not deserve it, but they're looking to get back on terms. But they won't that way. Ibrahim Tal with a difficult header because he was heading away from goal at the edge of the area. He was never going to get much power on this.
And that's not the type of area I think Hearts want to be driving the ball in from set pieces. It's got to be better than that, as you say. You're not going to score from there. But you talk about Scatchell on the bench, you talk about Brellier on the bench. You're picking out half a dozen players who have been the best players for Hearts this season, and you're looking at Gordon, you're looking at Hartley, but you're also looking at Brellier and Scatchell. And one of the biggest games of the season here at Easter Road, those two that I just mentioned find themselves on the bench. I don't understand it. I certainly think you play your best players at all time, Rob. Certainly Hearts at this moment in time are not doing that.
Too many of the Hearts players are on the fringes of this game at the moment. They're not centrally involved, and Hibs tend to be winning most of the 50-50s, and it's they who have the momentum.
It's frustration from Hearts, giving away silly free kicks in silly areas, getting frustrated, not getting into the game, not sharp enough, not picking up any second balls. As I say, they really haven't got going. What Tony Mowbray, I hope, with his side been a little bit dominant so far in this first half. He'll be looking for another goal to try and take a bit of pressure off. It's been a decent start for Hibs. I think Tony Mowbray will be happy with the start so far, but looking for another goal before half time.
In from Stephen Glass. Caldwell was looking for it. And it's Ibrahim Tal who's content really just to get that out of the box and away from goal. 3 seasons with Sochaux in France, Tal. Murphy back to Caldwell. Hogg to Shields, the diminutive right back, who's having a decent spell in the top team, but he took his eye off that and he heard all about it from his manager. Whittaker stopped by the combination of Aguiar and Mikel Younes. The passing from Hearts hasn't been good enough in this first half, but then you could criticise just about every department of their game. A goal would change everything, though. That would change the whole complexion if Hearts can get this all square. Was that behind? Yes, it was, before Gary Caldwell thumped it away. So Hearts have another corner. Can they make a better job of this one? Aguiar is going to take it this time. with Hartley stationing himself just outside the box. .35 minutes on the clock. In goes Berra. Elliott tried to flick it on. Shields gets it away. Lee Wallace against Ivan Sproul. Behind for a goal kick. It's good defensive work from Sproul.
Well, it's a better area to hit the corner kick into, and it's nodded down from Berra. Young Shields does well, because Elliott's trying to get in there 3 or 4 yards out, and then he's back heels it out, trying a little bit of skill in the corner.
A tangle there between Fletcher and Berra.
These Hearts fans, Rob, frustrated at their team's performance at the moment. Biting their nails. They know it's a big game through in Edinburgh. The team haven't got started. Frustrating time for them. Some decisions have been made on the bench with John McGlynn and even Elskis. Have to change it. Let's see if the people are doing that. Let's see if they can see what's going wrong and they need to put that right.
There's a lot of talk at Tynecastle about squad rotation, using the numbers they have, but sometimes you just yearn for a bit of continuity.
Squad rotate when you're at Chelsea and teams like that, and you've got multi-millions to spend and you've got world-class players to come in. And I don't think Hearts have that. I know Hearts have not got that, so they have to play their best players, and for me they're not doing that in today's game.
In for Murphy, away by Berra. It's Shields. Chesnauskas looking for Bednar. Well, when Jay Shields is winning a physical tussle with Roman Bednar, you realise which team has the upper hand.
He was a strong little lad. Strong little lad. Played well at Celtic last week, I have to say. Strong little aggressive player. Doesn't mind getting his foot in. Certainly enough for Tony Noble to put him in.
Great ball winning from Derek Riordan. He's not renowned for it. Good work from him. Fletcher to Glass. He might just fancy a crack at goal, but didn't really catch the shot. He's well capable of scoring from that sort of distance.
Again, it's the extra man you can see getting caught out there, Hearts in midfield, and he's capable. Stephen Glass, he is. I've seen him score some good goals over the years, but it's going to have to be a cracking to get beat past Scotland's #1 from that distance.
Free kick goes against Bednar, shakes his head in disconsolate fashion.
Well, they've had scraps to deal with up front, Elliott and Bednar. I think Bednar's given far too many free kicks away. He's not holding the ball up when he gets a chance. He's all arms there over Gary Caldwell. Caldwell does well.
That's where Jankowskis is smarter, isn't he, in that position? More experienced at getting free kicks rather than conceding them.
Jankowskis, whilst he doesn't score a lot of goals, wins a lot of free kicks, takes the pressure off the side, allows them to squeeze up. They're not getting that at the moment, Hearts.
Sproul. A major menace. Glass allowed that to roll over his boot. Mikulinas on the counter. Well, that doesn't help. The pass behind Nielsen, which slows up the Tynecastle team. Here comes Aguiar. Elliott. Bruno Aguiar again. Came off Caldwell. He was tripped, Aguiar, by the looks of it, by David Murphy. He was inside the penalty box. He was heading away from goal. No free kick. And now danger for Hearts. And the free kick is conceded by Paul Hartley, just a few yards outside the penalty box now. Was there contact there?
Absolutely none, in my opinion. He's gone down far too easily. David Murphy brushed him aside. A great break from Murphy. It's a definite free kick there for me. Paul Hartley, hands all over him. Charlie Richmond keeping up with play.
And I fancy Derek Riordan will like the look of this position.
I think you're right. I think you're right. We've seen him score some fantastic free kicks. And look at the position it's in. It's a fantastic position for the right-handed player. Craig Gordon will want to get his wall spot on. He'll know what Derek Riordan's capable of. Fantastic position here. I think the goalkeeper's right-hand side. If I was a betting man, I would be saying that's where he's going to try and go over the top of the wall, get it up and get it down with a bit of pace on it. You see Craig Gordon's over to his left-hand side. There is a big gap there. when he produced the goods.
It doesn't really matter what side of the pitch it's on for Derek Riordan. He's equally adept with left foot and right foot. And he's had plenty of opportunity here to size this one up. He's already scored his 20th goal of the season. Can he make it 21? Well, it was very much on target. Needed a bit more pace to get past Gordon.
Well, he's tried to fox Gordon there. I think everybody in the ground felt he was going to go to Gordon's right. I think he was hoping Craig Gordon was going to be sneaking across to his right-hand side, but he was buying none of that, Gordon. Comfortable save in the end. And a wee bit disappointing, it has to be said. I think Derek Riordan's better than that. And it was a fantastic opportunity and a great position there. Didn't take the most of it.
So 5 minutes from half-time. Still 1-0 Hibs. Back from Tal. It's a Hearts defence minus Presley, minus Webster, minus Goncalves, minus Fisas. There's been a lot of reshuffling to put together this back four. And further forward changes as well. At the moment, Hearts do not look like a team targeting the Champions League.
That's a great challenge. Fantastic challenge here from Jay Shields. That's what his manager wants to see. That's what the crowd want to see. Real aggression. Putting his foot in.
Wallace with the throw. Bednar couldn't get there. Hogg did. Bella's challenge on Fletcher. That's Tal. He's given it away. Straight up Whittaker. Poor distribution from Hearts. And you think at the moment that the Tynecastle team are happy to be in touch because the game might almost be beyond them at this stage. But here they come again with Nielsen. Short with the pass. Glass intercepted. Now Murphy.
Passing's been poor, Rob. Once again, Nielsen there, Robin Nielsen, giving it away under no pressure whatsoever. And for me, that's been the feature in the first half.
Glass again probing at the Hearts defence. Partly unsure, and when you use those words, you realise that the Tynecastle team have problems. He is again. Again short with the pass. Glass in command. Whittaker unmarked. Slipping clean of Chesnauskas. The width supplied by Shields. Useful ball in for Fletcher.
Fantastic play again. It's Whittaker picking up that position again in midfield. The extra man. Great ball in from Jay Shields to the back post. Robin Nielsen a little bit asleep. Oh, and I think Fletcher there, once he gets in, will be a wee bit disappointed he doesn't get that in target. It wasn't an easy chance.
Wonder if he could go for that with his head.
He possibly could have. I think Robin Nielsen was just sleeping a little bit at the back post, was unaware. Tony Mowbray will be disappointed with his side popping it about, switching play from left to right. That didn't end up in the back of the net. It was a very good chance for Fletcher, who we know is a composed player. We know he can finish. He was in an excellent position.
They might just have killed this off by now, Hibs. That's Tal. Michael Yunus stumbles. Conde clears it towards Riordan. There's a tug at the shirt of Riordan by Nielsen. Gets away with it. Lofted forward, more in hope than expectation, and Caldwell heads it out.
Well, they're looking for the long throw here from Robin Nielsen again. Produced an opportunity for Mikalunas earlier in the half. Hibs have to be switched on here to the second ball. That's what it's all about.
Paul Hartley. That tells a story of the way this derby has gone so far. Hartley seems to have very rarely missed the target this season, but he was well away that time. And it's all going horribly wrong at the moment for Ivanauskas and his team.
Well, it is. You can see him there looking pensive, deep in thought. But it's only 1-0 at the moment. It could have been worse. They haven't got started. Much soul-searching and thinking of words at half-time to be said. Maybe changes. Because it just certainly hasn't been a performance from Hearts so far in this first half. At a critical stage of the season. Really critical stage. They could really put pressure on Rangers at the moment, creating very little, getting outplayed. It has to be said, Rob, as well, getting out fought at times for the second ball. One or two of the experienced players like Hartley back in this game, trying to drive the team on, trying to get in it.
We're in the last minutes of the first half and 2 to be added. In goes Whittaker, away by Berra. Cisnowski's looking to get it back from Elliott, but there's been little cohesive about this Hearts performance so far. But is there a twist in the tail as the first half comes to a close? Michael Eunice overran it. Conde, good work. He's been solid.
Great play for Conde there, I have to say. Not the greatest of passes forward. Fantastic play working in there. If I was Ivanauskas, Rob, at half-time, I think I would have Scatchell on and I would have Belly on.
It'll be interesting to see what happens on the other side of the interval. Hibs in charge at the moment, in terms of scoreline, in terms of performance. Jay Shields is not shy, and Bruno Aguiar is rolling about on the Easter Road turf, apparently in agony.
Well, he's rolling about, 10 out of 10 for technical merit on the rolls.
Where are the studs up though from Shields in this challenge, I wonder?
I think he's more than entitled to go for this ball.
I think the studs were showing, were they not?
Well, I don't remember many challenges in the career where the studs are not showing. And,
I know that was your stock in trade, but I'm not sure if he should have got away with it there.
See, I just don't think it was as bad as Aguiar was making it, rolling out. I might be down the ladder this service. I don't see anything wrong with that. Shields is entitled to go for the ball. He's a tenacious player. He's looking worried.
Smiles behind him, but there's no smile on his face at the moment. He's not exactly Mr. Smiley at any point in time, even if Hearts are 4-0 up. But at the moment they're 1 down, and it could have been considerably worse for them the way this first half has panned out.
Well, let's see what he's all about, Ivanauskas, Rob, because there's no doubt he has to change something for Hearts, whether it's personnel or whether it's shape. But this particular shape and personnel at the moment are not working for him. So at half-time, he's going to have to think long and hard whether he brings somebody on or whether he changes the formation.
Well, 2 minutes have been added. There will be a little bit more because of that injury to Aguiar before the half-time whistle goes. It's Conde, neat and tidy in central midfield for Hibs.
Tony Mowbray will be a happy man, I would imagine. He'll be a bit disappointed, Hibs having a second goal to show for the play. I think that will give Hearts some sort of lift. It looks like going into half-time at only 1-0, and it could have been far worse.
Looking very happy on their lead, Hibs. And they'll hear the half-time whistle shortly. Long ball from Nielsen. Mistake by Caldwell. Bednar's in. And he must score. And he's squared the game right on half-time. Absolutely incredible. It looked to be Gary Caldwell's ball through the middle. He stumbled. Bednar went in behind him. Then Malkowski looked as if he should have had it. He lost it. Suddenly 1-1.
Well, this is just speaking a minute ago about Tony Mowbray getting his side in at 1-0. It's calamity. It's comedy capers at the back. It has to be said. Gary Caldwell's in an absolute nightmare there. I think Bednar thinks the chance is gone. They're getting each other's way. What is Malkowski doing? That is an absolute gift right on half-time. He's still not smiling.
He should be.
He should be. He knows his team haven't performed. They're going to go on at 1 each. Tony Mowbray is going to be furious. Gary Caldwell there absolutely caught on his heels.
And that was in the 4th minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. If you hadn't seen it, you wouldn't have believed it. Derek Riordan gave Hibs the lead on 15 minutes. It could have been 2 or maybe even 3 up at half-time, but Roman Bednar has Hearts incredibly back on level terms. Paul Hartley's mistake early on allowed Ivan Sproul to cut the ball back, and although Stephen Fletcher was in an offside position, he was adjudged to be not interfering with play, and Derek Riordan's 20th goal of the season counted. 1-0 for the home team. It seemed certain to be that scoreline at the interval as well, until Caldwell's mistake, Malkowski's blunder, and Roman Bednar's 6th goal of the season. It's 1-1, and you won't want to miss the second half. It's after the break.
Celtic against Rangers. Champions Celtic lifted the SPL trophy last weekend, and they'll be hoping to rub salt in the wounds of their greatest rivals with a victory at home. Rangers must win if they're to catch Hearts in the race for second place. Alex McLeish will be hoping his old firm farewell is a happy one. Celtic against Rangers, today 12 noon, Setanta Sports 1. How would you like the chance to win a pair of tickets to an SPL match of your choice from the next round of fixtures? Setanta Sports, in association with the Bank of Scotland, are offering you that chance. All you have to do is answer the following question. Tynecastle is home to which SPL club? Text Setanta plus your answer to 88010 or call 0901 293 2990. Viewers in the Republic of Ireland, call 1516 712 422. And congratulations to last week's winner, Malcolm Nichol of Aberdeen, who won a pair of tickets for Celtic versus Rangers.
When you enjoy life, you want to enjoy it to the full. And Optical Express Laser Vision Correction helps you do exactly that, from only £395 per eye. Optical Express, one of Europe's leading eye care specialists, provide only qualified, experienced ophthalmic surgeons with a combined experience of over 100,000 procedures carried out worldwide. Expert aftercare is included in the price, and interest-free credit is available. For your free information pack or to arrange a free consultation, just call Optical Express today on 08702 20 20 20 for laser vision correction from only £395 per eye. Optical Express. Eye care, we care.
Good job. Concentrate. Brad, tackle Jake. Yeah! One. I think I got it, man. One. I'm on the right, dude. You've got to be kidding.
Budweiser, official beer of the FIFA World Cup. You do the football, we'll do the beer.
So that's the offside rule. Who doesn't understand?
When we arrived in this country, we weren't sure what to expect. We wanted to play our part, learn about the culture, but also retain our own. People weren't sure at first. But before long, we settled in, and we've never looked back.
One Scotland, no place for racism.
It was only when I died that life got interesting. That's my brother Morton. That's me. And this is Live On. They do some amazing things with carbon. See, you can take 2 pounds of human ash, and if you sift, you sluice, and you rinse, time after time after time, then you know what? You can turn Mr. Butt Ugly into a girl's best friend. Nice, huh?
Live from the Bundesliga, Mainz versus Bayern Munich. Mainz are struggling at the foot of the table, but a win could see them move away from the relegation zone. Bayern Munich have stuttered of late and are being chased all the way by second-place Hamburg. A win this weekend is vital. Mainz versus Bayern Munich, today 4:30, Setanta Sports 1.
Yeah.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Edinburgh Derby. Part 1 couldn't have ended in more dramatic fashion, and how the complexion suddenly changed. A match in which Hibs were so much on top, suddenly back to Old Square with Roman Bednar's late equaliser, and here he goes again, straight from the restart. It's Bednar! It's just wide. 25 seconds after the start of the second half.
Well, it does well here, Bednar initially gets the break of the ball, drives into the box. He's got nobody really to pick out, so he has to shoot. to say, Markowski gets his ankles right, wins the corner kick. Much more positive start to this second half from Hearts.
In from Paul Hartley, again a threat in front of Malkowski, and Gary Caldwell left with no other option there other than heading the ball back from whence it had come.
It's a good area, that is. Fantastic area to be hitting from Paul Hartley.
Hartley again, and safe hands this time from Malkowski, and the Hibs fans will be wishing those gloves had stuck to the ball a little bit better at the tail end of the first half when he gifted that equaliser to Bednar.
Well, I have to say it was one error after another just before half-time. Let Hearts back into this match. The equaliser against the run of play. Tony Mowbray would have been furious. I'm sure there were a few harsh words at half-time from Ivanauskas to his Hearts players, although they went in level terms. They really didn't perform in the first half. But it's been a much more positive start to the second half, Rob. I have to say, and the shot from Bednar, got a little bit of confidence.
Hibs now to start all over again, having contributed so much during the first 45 minutes, but it's all about end product, and with just the one goal to show for their first half pressure, it's always a fragile advantage, and there's always just the chance, despite Hearts being outplayed a lot of the time, the opposition can bite back, and they did. Bednar's flick, Hogg's clearance.
Up this Hearts crowd behind the goal. More positive start to the second half. I'm sure they're a bit more confident the team can go on and win this game.
Callum Elliott's useful ball in, and it's spun off the leg of Umar Condé, and it looked for a moment as if it might be spiralling up over the head of Malkowski and into goal, but he managed to pocket that one. But it was good delivery from Elliott, and it was always a difficult one to defend. Ball's getting a bruising at the moment, and it gets pinged one way then the other. Sproul kept out, but Whittaker's cross and target just enough to divert that away from Riordan. Murphy gets beyond Mikkel Yunus, and it's gone behind for the goal kick. He kicks away the corner flag in disgust here. Murphy got himself into a good position. But it was the old double shuffle there.
Well, it was the old touch with the right foot before the left. Quite easily an embarrassing situation for Corbett and for Murphy. Been there myself, fall on your backside, crowd have a good laugh at you, pick yourself up, and get on with it.
That's Caldwell's header, flicked on by Fletcher. Clever play. And the lively Sproul has Wallace scrambling. It came off better. Out comes Craig Gordon to deny Fletcher. And that was Chesnauskas allowing Aguiar to clear. Bednar helps it on. Good reading of the game from Chris Hogg. Kept in by Murphy. And Riordan, well, A won't catch it and B was offside.
20 goals for Riordan this season. Fantastic strike in the first half. Was it onside? Was it off? Debating point, I'd have to say.
Yeah, well, I think that was the subject matter accompanying the Pies and Bovril during the 15 minutes at half-time for a lot of the supporters here.
Certainly was up in the TV gantry here. A lot of people did think it was offside, but in these new rules, the new laws, it's a bit of a get out of jail. Was he active, was he not? Does it matter? Goal stands. Fantastic finish, I have to say, from Riordan.
It's 60-odd goals for Riordan in the last 3 seasons. He's been prolific. His contract's up in October, and he's going to be off. The Hibs fans would love to think he could stay, but that's unrealistic. It's not going to happen. Hibs aren't going to be able to make him the sort of offer that would keep him here. And his time at Easter Road is just about up, Riordan, and how they'll miss him. And of course, Gary O'Connor having departed recently as well. 2 players who between them guaranteed Hibs a lot of goals.
Probably 30 to 40 goals, Rob. Very difficult to replace that. The one thing you need to replace is money, and we know Hibs haven't got it. Trying to balance the books here, trying to run the tight business, Tony Mowbray knows what a huge budget for next season.
There's Hogg, ready defending, flicked away by Sproul, who then indulged in a little bit of wrestling with Česnauskas. He's always involved, Sproul, one way or the other. Lee Wallace with the throw, it's aimed at Elliott. Hogg watched it all the way. Shields to clear. Tal shouted to Vera, that's mine.
I have to say it's been a more positive start this second half. Harsh words, I would imagine. Half time to the players, they were second best for most of that first half. Certainly starting better.
The two Lithuanians combine, and well, they do speak the same language, but you'd never have known there because the pass aimed at Michaelinas well off target.
That was a third pass. Česnauskas, Michaelinas, the two wide guys for Hearts, didn't really tuck in the first half and help Hartley and Brellier. Were happy to take up wide positions. They weren't really in the match. Hearts didn't get any width. Česnauskas will be tailing two midfielders. We see Elliott is running offside there, I think. Even others will be saying, tuck in, help the lads in midfield. A gift of a goal for Bednar. In the first half, end of the first half. Changed the face of the game for Hearts.
It's good play from Nielsen. Bring in behind Tal. Whittaker enjoying his midfield role in the last few matches with Jay Shields slotting in at right back and allowing Whittaker to plug some of the gaps in Tony Mowbray's midfield with so many players out injured. Hibs looking to exert some second half pressure. Good play from Whittaker. Here's Condé. Dropping in no man's land. Riordan's headed down, and Ibrahim Tal made the clearance after initial confusion between Tal and Nielsen.
Nielsen's looking for offside. Tal deals with the situation. Don't look at the assistant referee. Just deal with it. Get the ball away. Nielsen didn't do that. Touched it for him. His teammate Tal was there to clear it.
Hogg and Caldwell go forwards to the edge of the area for Hibs, alongside Condé and Fletcher and Sproul, Whittaker, Glass, all there. But the key man here is Derek Riordan. His efforts, and Craig Gordon made the dive but didn't lay his gloves on it. It was pure precaution from him. He was happy this was going wide.
Yeah, he's not trying to score. Derek Riordan from there. He's looking to whip it into that area. He's looking for his strikers and his defenders.
Somebody's got to be attacking that, Craig, if they're not for Hibs.
I think that's what Riordan's looking for. He's got to expect that. It's into a fantastic area. He had Craig Gordon scrambling. He's got to be expecting one of his colleagues to be trying to get in there, put Gordon under pressure. They didn't do so.
That was a trip by Condé on Hartley, right under the nose of the referee. Unlikely to escape with this, the former Swiss under-21 international.
It's as quiet as it's a free kick, but it's as quiet as we've seen Hartley, Rob. It's a fantastic season again.
I think you write him off at your peril. Vera's free kick beyond Bednar, headed away by Hogg. Sproul lofts it forward. Vera watching it all the way. That's Whittaker. There's Lee Wallace, showing signs of settling Wallace after a nervy first half. And Callum Elliott is a youngster who doesn't seem to suffer from any nerves whatsoever. And he wins a free kick there, given against the Shields challenge.
Well, we watched the Shields in the first half, putting in a few challenges.
A few tasty ones.
Diminutive figure, quite strong, not scared to put his foot in.
In from Aguiar. Gustav Berra reckoned he was bumped as the ball was played in there. Charlie Richmond had a look and said no. Nielsen rolls it for Hartley. He was always stretching there, Paul Hartley, and it falls invitingly for Bednar, right across the face of the goal. Elliott and Česnauskas couldn't quite get there.
It's better play from Hartley. That's where Hearts want to see Hartley, driving forward, putting him under pressure. That's a great ball in. That is a fantastic ball in from Bednar.
Lee Wallace settles for the throw. Česnauskas, Aguiar setting himself for the shot, back onto the left foot, and it's wide. think he wanted to strike it right-footed, but it couldn't really find the room first time and had to turn back the way.
Yeah, that's good play from Aguiar here. Little dummy. See you later, makes a space for himself. Of course, he had it covered. Not his strongest foot, Aguiar. But better play, I have to say. More positive from Hearts. Popping the ball about, getting one the edge of the box, looking to get a striking target. You don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle.
Jesnauskas over the head of Shields. Doesn't have to be too high to be over the head of Shields. And cleared by Hogg.
The harsh man. Young lads having a good game. Chris Hogg as well, having a decent match. Back with Gary Caldwell.
Bednar, first time way off to Elliott, gets it back. Looking much more assured, Roman Bednar, since that goal. Jesnauskas, not a bad effort. Looking for it to dip a little bit quicker.
It's not bad cutting in. I'll tell you what, Stephen Whittaker, what's he doing here? He allows him to shoot, he drops off him. He's got to be looking to make a challenge. Jesnauskas, more positive from Hearts, as I said.
He's only scored once this season, Jesnauskas, but it was an absolute cracker in the 10th Scottish Cup against Partick Thistle when he came in off the touchline and buried a shot in the top corner. He's got bags of ability, but too often not enough end product, and that would go for his compatriot Michael Eunice as well. Whittaker fires it straight at Michael Eunice, and Stephen Glass did so well to win that back. Forward from Riordan. Wallace unsure with the header. And out off Sproul. I don't think Hibs can complain about that. It's Hearts' throw.
We haven't really got Sproul into the game in the second half. As you said earlier, Rob, Lee Wallace has settled down a little bit in the left back position.
Good flick from Elliott. Troy Bednar has a look to see what's in the middle. Michael Eunice trying to get there. It's into the arms of Malkowski. Hearts needed a quicker runner into the box to allow Bednar a good central target. Caldwell, Whittaker, Sproul, and even the pace of Sproul can't get him there. And Hibs, I think at the moment, are thinking about making a change, or Scott Brown might be entering the fray before too much longer, and I think that's the buzz that's currently going around the ground.
Yeah, kind of lifted for that. So, trying to get Sproul away there, as quick as he was never going to get there. But watching over at Mark Venus and Tony Mowbray, deep in conversation. For the last few minutes, obviously not happy with the start they've made in the second half.
Forward from Aguiar, and I think the Hibs fans just have a little sharp intake of breath when the ball's bouncing towards Malkowski.
Yeah, certainly made a real meal of trying to catch one in the first half. It resulted in Bednar scoring. As if he had some fairy liquid in his gloves. He certainly made a mess of it. He should have dealt with it. He didn't. The result was an undeserved goal, I have to say, for Hearts right on half-time.
I think Hibs are going to make a couple of changes. Benji, the Moroccan, might be coming on. Sproul, brilliant! Brilliant and destructive and reckless and wild and dangerous and painful for Christophe Berra, and one wonders what the repercussions might be here for Sproul.
Well, it's fantastic play to start with, I have to say. Great feet, great pace. Oh, and that is reckless. He's injured himself in the process. He's injured Berra as well. He's trying to be positive, he's driving in. Good clearance from Berra, that is late. That is very late and dangerous.
Is that potential? It looks as if Christophe Berra is okay, thankfully, but that's a potential leg breaker, isn't it? That sort of lunge.
Yeah, it was overzealous. It was a lunge. He was committed, Sproul.
There are two sides to him, aren't there? His pace is stunning. He's a great finisher as well. He's had a fantastic season considering where he's come from. But he has this rash side to him as well. Gets yellows and red cards.
I don't think he's a dirty player. As I said, I think he's overzealous at times. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's passionate. He sometimes loses the head a little bit. Goes into the referee's boot. And I don't think there's any doubt that Ivan Sproul deserved to be booked there. Fortunately, both himself and Christophe Berra.
He's looking very unhappy. He's just constantly shaking his head. Maybe appreciating that if he got a better touch as he cut in there, he'd a real chance to get Hibs back in front. double switch for Tony Mowbray, and Scott Brown is back on the first team scene for Hibs, having missed the last 12 matches. Sproul is one of the players to give way. Stephen Fletcher is the other, to be replaced by Brown and by Abdesalam Benjaloun, known as Benji. But the big response is for the return of Scott Brown from these Hibs fans.
Listen to the roar from this Eastern Road crowd. They appreciate Scott Brown, what he can give to this Hibs team. Fantastic young prospect, lots of pace, lots of ability. He's been sorely missed from Tony Mowbray.
Not the best of clearances from Zebby Malkowski. And Hibs had so much momentum going for them in the first half, have yet to rediscover that after the interval. Hearts looking a much more dangerous proposition than they did. The goal has made a massive difference. Wallace with the throw. Cisnauska's not picked up. Condé clears. Well, that could have been a costly aberration from Hibs, who now try to counter with Riordan's pass heading out before Benjaloun could get there.
He's picked the wrong pass, I'm afraid. It's a simple little pass into Scott Brown. He's tried to go for a difficult one. Didn't work, but Hibs have changed formation, changed personnel within the formation. Rob, with Brown coming on, he's gone to the left-hand side. Derek Riordan's come over to this right-hand side. Still playing a 4-3-3.
Again, that's poor from Malkowski. That's simply not good enough.
I never understand when goalkeepers they wanted the pitch to hit, kicking the ball out. There's certainly in the turnaround in this match, and frustration has to be said about Hibs, who played particularly well in the first half. There's no doubt Hearts are going to kick up the backside at half-time and make believe, they come out looking to believe they can get back in this match.
Nielsen's throw, a flat throw with a lot of pace. Mikkel Yunus tries to keep possession. Back now with Aguiar. Over the head of Murphy. Elliott chases. Caldwell almost beaten by the bounce. And in the end, back heels it out.
Is it not comfortable to me this afternoon, Gary Caldwell? He's got the ball at his feet. He's a very good passer, but defensively, there's lots of question marks about.
Nielsen tries again. Bednar's there. Elliott's there. Stephen Glass wins the header. Scott Brown couldn't keep possession. Hearts look to keep the heat on with Hartley trying to jink clear of Murphy. Glass in the way, and that was behind for a Hearts corner. And David Murphy's done pretty well to get that ball over the top of the main stand. That's some achievement.
Yeah, decent match. Murphy does well here. He stands up. He's trying to jink. He's looking for that ball in. Murphy left him with
short corner. Aguiar in, and Tal, what a chance. Ibrahim Tal, on his first start for Hearts, could have had the Tynecastle team in front in the Edinburgh derby.
The switch off. Aguiar's got space, and quite simply, that should be in the back of the net. Fantastic clip to the back post. Oh, he had all the goals to hit.
He's scratching his head, and I think he is as well. Valdez Ivanez can't believe that Ibrahim Tal, the Senegalese international, missed an absolute sitter.
Well, they switched off from the corner. Rob Hibs allowed the shot corner to be taken, and quite simply Tal should have Easter stuck that in the back of the net. Actually won the lead. Fantastic opportunity. Missed.
Cisnauska's trying to shake off Jay Shields with a fistful of his jersey.
Tell you what, he's in danger of lifting his elbows here.
Yeah, lashed out.
He's lashing out. Not a clever thing to do, son, I'm afraid. You've got to expect somebody like Shields to be in your face, to be getting his foot in. Allow the referee to do his job. Don't try and do it for him.
Paul Hartley on the set piece. Malkowski under pressure from Bednar, and an offside is given, which allows the Polish goalkeeper to breathe a little easier.
If he starts in an offside position, Malkowski did well, to be fair to him, under a bit of pressure. There's definitely been a change in the balance in this match, Rob. Perhaps been a better side in the first half. certainly improved in the second half with 2 or 3 opportunities. Tal should certainly have hit the target. In my opinion, should have stuck at the back of the net. He didn't. Will they rue that chance that's missed?
Elliott, a non-stop menace there to Jay Shields. Sets himself up for the cross, and Mikko Yunus wasn't too far away from getting on the end of it. Better this from Hart, so much more composure and fluency about them. Lee Wallace with the shot, which swerves wide off the outside of the left boot, but the build-up was impressive.
It's a good initial play from Wallace, but he's got 4 or 5 players in the box, does well, goes round Riordan. I don't think he's going to score from there. He's got to be looking, clipping it in. You can see Paul Hartley with the arms up. He made the run forward, he's driven into the box, delivers a little clip in there to a good area. Good opportunity to score.
Hearts will feel the game is slipping their way at the moment, and they also have Rudy Scatchell in reserve as well, who's been doing his warm-ups, and he may well be introduced. Tony Mowbray's already used 2 of his substitutes, including Scott Brown, and you would imagine that even Askus will respond with the introduction of Scatchell before too much longer. He's a big weapon in their armoury.
The non-stop coverage of the best of British and Irish racing.
A miscue on the header from Hogg, but Bednar can't make much of it. Shields back to Malkowski. It's Wallace. Cisnauskas, Whittaker backtracking. Conde intercepted through the middle, and it's Tal at full stretch. They'll avert that back to Craig Gordon. Murphy, good header. Aguiar. And you sense this as an important phase of the match. 1-1 at the moment. Will there be a winner in the 5th Edinburgh Derby of the season? Free kick, and no great doubt about it. The foul of Mikko Yunus by Murphy.
I think this is a case of definitely studs up that to Rob and too high. The referee's right on the spot. Free kick, and David Murphy goes into the book.
Paperwork for Charlie Richmond. We've now played 70 minutes. And Scott Brown is on the deck inside the penalty box. The ball's in the back of the net. They'll have to go back. It's all happening at Easter Road, and Charlie Richmond needs about 3 sets of eyes at this point.
Looks a little niggles in the box. Brown went down. We don't know what happened. Didn't see it. Charlie Richmond has to be on top of it. Hearts will
bring Rudy Scatchell into the play at this point. 16 goals so far this season from Scatchell, but he hasn't scored for the best part of 3 months. He replaces Česnauskas, and will this be the switch that turns the derby archway?
Old talisman for the Hearts fans. A fantastic season. Peeled off a little bit. Hearts going for the juggler, bringing the big guns on, looking for something a little bit different. And he certainly gives them that, Scatchell.
His first touch could be important. That was a scuffed free kick, which almost came off. Flicked on by Berra, in goes Scatchell. Well, just about seconds on the pitch, and he was almost in with a scoring opportunity there.
Yeah, just a ball into the box, a scramble. It's a deflection. A little bit unlucky, going for the challenge.
Well won by Mikkel Yunus, on from Hartley. Elliott. Awkward for the Hibs defence, but neither Bednar or Scatchell could lay a boot on it.
Definitely change, Rob, the game. Hibs have lost their way. Tony Mowbray, pensive and thought. Wondering what went wrong from a good first half performance to being outplayed here in the second half. Not really got going, not passing it like we know they can. Keeping the ball, popping it around, allowing Hearts the advantage of getting back into this match, getting a bit of pressure, and more importantly from Hearts' point of view, getting the belief that they can go on and get the 3 points, which would be very, very important. Take them into that Champions League spot, put them in the pole position, put pressure on Rangers in the Old Firm game.
There hasn't been a draw in the derby in Edinburgh so far this season. 3 wins for Hearts, 1 win for Hibs. It's all squared at the moment. Lee Wallace with too much on the cross for Bednar, and David Murphy doing the defending with Gary Caldwell alongside him. Riordan knocks it hopefully downfield. Benjaloun made that his. Whittaker for Brown. He's got pace. Wallace tries to match him, and a good challenge by Berra. He's an impressive young defender.
He did well since he came into the side. We know Andy Webster's not in favour at the moment. You can see the pace of Brown there. And Wallace is no slouch. Fantastic challenge from Berra.
So another Hibs throw. And a flare-up between Brown and Hartley off the ball.
Well, I think Hartley's suggesting there was an elbow. Those two don't think they'll be going for a drink tonight together. Those two. You see him here in the picture. It's absolutely nothing in it. Put the handbags away, boys. Get on with the game.
Well, Charlie Richmond will be saying to them, calm down, but good luck to him. 2 Scottish international teammates with Brown just breaking into the national squad. Hartley an established part of it, they know each other well, but both want to win here.
No friends in this game, Rob. There's the job to be done.
That's Condé, flipped it on, hoping somebody had gambled on a run into the 6-yard box, but in the event there, Craig Gordon untroubled, no challenge on him. That's Condé. And Benjaloun was coming back from an offside position. Hearts will make another change before too much longer. Michael Pospisil will be introduced to see if they can find a winner. Callum Elliott as well. I wonder if that one's off the training ground. Here's Scatchell. Turned out to play by Shields. Hearts playing with a lot of tempo. Scatchell with room to cross. Came off Shields.
I think the Hearts fans just claiming that it was an arm involved here, and there certainly was. Quite easily been a free kick. As we see Pospisil ready to come on.
And he scored 8 goals already this season for Hearts. He knows the route to the back of the net. He replaces today's Hearts goal scorer, Roman Bednar, his 6th of the campaign. Made it 1-1, deep in the heart of stoppage time at the end of the first half. So one check off, one check on. As Paul Dalglish prepares for his derby introduction as well. And it's Umar Kondi who's heading off as Tony Mowbray replaces a midfielder with a striker.
Positive move. Rob from Hibs and Tony Mowbray. Two up front. Get the ball held up, try and get some possession back in this game.
Lee Wallace with the throw. Whittaker's header. Dalglish gets his first touch, but it drops for Paul Hartley. Struck the shot fiercely. It came off Caldwell, and it's spinning behind for the Hearts corner.
Good effort that was from Hartley. Made a bit of space for himself. Good first touch. Sets up nicely for him. It's on target. Plenty of power behind it. Caldwell did well, to be fair to him. Stood his ground.
What Hearts didn't have at kick-off, but they do now, is the delivery from the right-hand side from Scatchell with that left foot. Drops for Aguiar. Murphy's header. Missed by Tal. It does well to hook it back in. Free kick given against him. His boot was too high, says Charlie Richmond. His boot was too tall.
Yeah, almost a kick in the face there for Brown, for his troubles. I just wonder what even else, because he said to these players at half-time, because they've certainly been a different prospect in the second half. As I said, the formation's not changed. The personnel has, but they certainly come out with a bit between their teeth. Maybe that goal before half-time just gave them that little bit of confidence, as they weren't playing any type of football. Hearts in the first half. It was more or less all Hibs. Second half, much better from the Tynecastle side.
Tony Mowbray having a drink. Well, he probably needed a drink with something pretty strong at the end of the first half. Here's a chance! And Ben Jaloon scores his first goal for Hibs. It's in the derby, and he wants to celebrate.
Well, what a fantastic goal, but why is he running to the Hearts fans? He's in big trouble, the lad. Good play from Dalglish, holding it up. Great finish, absolutely fantastic finish. What an inspired substitution, you would have to say, from Tony Mowbray. Great strike. Craig Gordon, absolutely no chance. But then running to the Hearts fans, inciting them, as we see him giving the 5 to his manager. He'll be happy. The side haven't had a great second half, Tony Mowbray. He's rung a few changes. Ben Jaloon being one of them. What a fantastic finish from the kid.
Hibs' second goal made in Morocco with 12 minutes left, as Abdesalam Ben Jaloon scores for Hibs for the first time. It's 2-1 now at Easter Road, and can Hibs keep what they've got, which is the advantage in the derby. He made his debut, the Moroccan, against Hearts in the Cup semi-final, which went horribly wrong for Hibs. Here he hopes he's fired in the winner. And a free kick meantime given against Mikkel Yunus.
Not a lot in that for me, I have to say. Just puts his arm on Ryden and he goes down. It's a contact game. It's a poor decision from Charlie Richmond, in my opinion. Well, it does. It was a fantastic opportunity, as we see these fans loving it. Fantastic goal. Puts the side in front. Fantastic opportunity for Ryden to put this into this area.
Derek Wilden fires in the free kick. Caldwell was trying to get on the end of it, but the flag was up for an infringement.
Yeah, and not quite sure who it is on the ground.
Christoph Berra, right on the goal line, has taken a sore one.
Hands on his face. He's in a decent game, the lad, I have to say.
I just wonder too, Craig, whether there will be an inquiry in that Hearts defence about the Hibs goal, because for all it was well taken by Ben Jaloon, Hearts defence has stood off him a little bit and let him get into that goal-scoring position.
Well, Christoph Berra was, as you see the free kick coming in, not a lot in it. He was just caught in the face. Accidental, in my opinion. But Christoph Berra, when Ben Jaloon scored the goal, was berating Ibrahim Tal suggesting to him that he should have been tighter. He allowed Benjamin to spin across him, but take nothing away from the lad. It was an absolutely fantastic finish. He's not long been on the pitch, Benjamin. He lifted this Easter Road crowd, it has to be said. They had gone quiet because Hearts were playing some decent stuff in the second half.
It's incredible when you think about it, isn't it? Because Hibs were so much on top in the first half, which ended with Hearts scoring. Hearts have pretty much run the second period and suddenly Hibs score.
There's no rhyme or reason for these derbies. We'll probably see with the Old Firm as well.
So Hibs now want to be safe and secure. They don't want to sit back in and invite Hearts onto them. That would be a mistake. But they do want to play a safety-first game because they now have the 2-1 advantage, and they might just be in for another opportunity with Paul Dalglish. Lee Wallace momentarily lost his footing. Dalglish tries to get in behind him. Useful ball across goal, and Craig Gordon out to grab it.
Well, it does well, Dalglish, but he hasn't really got anybody in the box to pick out. He's got one player in Benjamin, and it's very comfortable for Craig Gordon. Tell you what, Rob, there'll be a little bit of finger biting, I would imagine, going on through in Glasgow in the Rangers camp. This could be a huge result in the context of the season. Give them something to chase in the Old Firm match. If Hibs can hang on to this 2-1 lead they've got, it really is going to open up a chance for Rangers. It really is going to pile on the pressure for this Hearts side for the remaining 3 games after this one.
And how Hibs would love to stop the Hearts bandwagon, which seemed to be careering onwards towards clinching second spot in the SPL and a possible crack at the Champions League next season. Winning any derby is a cause for glee, but if Derek Riordan and Hibs can put a spoke in the wheels of their city rivals, then they would be more than happy. And Valdez Ivanauskis knows well that time is now slipping away from his team. Just 7 minutes of the 90 remaining, 2-1 down. Nielsen's throw aimed at Elliott, headed away by Hogg. Dalglish tries to work it away from Wallace, can't do so. Determined play from young Lee Wallace, and the same phrase can be used towards Jay Shields as well. Wallace with the throw, doesn't get beyond Whittaker. Here's Aguiar with the shot at goal, but credit to Paul Dalglish there, who made a good challenge and ensured that the young Portuguese midfielder was never going to get a serious shot on Malkowski's goal.
Yeah, he did well there, Dalglish. Never troubled Malkowski. Aguiar. Tony Mowbray will be happy that his team are in lead. Not so happy with the performance in the second half. I'm sure he'll not be too bothered. Hope to see this through to the final whistle. Could be a fantastic result for him, as you said.
Benjamin helps it on, looking for Dalglish. Out comes Craig Gordon.
As you said, Rob, could put a huge dent in this bid for Hearts to get the Champions League spot. You'd have to say even a defeat today for Hearts to still be in pole position, but psychologically it could be a huge blow for them.
Hibs sweeping forward again. Benjamin is fouled by Mikkel Eunice.
No doubt about it. I think his goal's given him a bit of confidence, Benjamin. Good bit of skill. Eunice just catches his ankle there. Absolutely no doubt. This was a free kick. Charlie Richmond on the spot. That's it, spot.
Benji is the cry from the Hibs fans, who have found a new hero, and who at the moment has Hibs in a winning position in the 5th derby of the season. Dalglish offside.
That's a bit silly from Paul Dalglish there. It's a good opportunity from Hibs' point of view. Not concentrating, puts into an offside position. Really relieves the pressure from the Hibs' point of view.
85 minutes played, helped on by Pospisil to Mikkel Eunice. Good work from Scott Brown. On from Whittaker, not enough on the pass to Dalglish. Wallace in the way, now Scatchell. And again, good work from Brown. Totally committed, and he's slotted into this Hibs midfield as if he's never been away. Wallace to Mikael Pospisil. And Jay Shields getting the ball out.
Loves to challenge that young lad. Shirking his responsibilities. Loves to get his foot in. I'm sure that will please his manager.
Wallace with the throw. Gets his head to it. Shields. Hibs fans love him. But tiredness beginning to take its toll. Berra slips it through for Mikkel Yunus. Scott Brown has conceded a free kick. Maybe a bit over-keen to get there.
He was. He's been determined to come on Scott Brown, but he bundles Mikkel Yunus over, to be fair to him. Mikkel Yunus does well, gets his body in front.
Skachel! Fizzing a shot just over the crossbar.
Well, they switched off. Volkowski was over, lining up the wall. It's a fantastic strike, I have to say. He's going to have to take a cracker to beat Volkowski from 35-40 yards. He hasn't really got into the game, Skachel, since he came on. Not really had an impact so far. There's a time yet for him to turn this game round for Hearts.
3 minutes left, plus stoppage time at Easter Road. The home team, 2-1 up.
Well, Rob, this would be a huge dent in Hearts' Champions League challenge. As I said earlier, they would still be in pole position, but psychologically, defeat to your neighbours and rivals.
Damaging.
Very damaging.
But we had a fairly dramatic ending to the first half, and Tony Mowbray will not be switching off, and he want his team to do ditto. And you reflect on that chance that Ibrahim Tal had for Hearts earlier, when he should have scored and put Hearts 2-1 up. As it is, the Tynecastle team now 2-1 down.
Well, it was a fantastic opportunity Tal had. It wasn't a half chance, it was a gilt-edged chance for me. And I really should have put it in the back of the net. He didn't. It's put Hearts in a really tough position.
There's Tal doing the defending this time. A foul by Mikkel Yunus on Glass, which really just fritters away some time.
Goes into Hibs' hands. He's given away a lot of soft free kicks today, Mikkel Yunus, for me. Not had a great game. Given some needless free kicks away. Not had a great impact, I have to say. Neither has Chisnauskas in the other wing. That's been a disappointing thing from Hearts' point of view.
Caldwell to Murphy. It's about keeping the ball at this stage for the home team, and well, they've got the added bonus of a free kick cheaply conceded.
That's going to play all delight Tony Mowbray. He'll want to see them up in the Hearts half. Tal giving a soft free kick away, absolutely no need. Waste a bit of time. Put a bit of quality in from Riordan. Might kill this game off. Certainly Tony Mowbray will want to be playing the game.
Derek Riordan looking to get things all tied up. His free kick. Straight after Gordon. Not going to beat the Scotland goalkeeper with that sort of effort. And Paul Dalglish stops Craig Gordon getting the ball away there. That's Caldwell. Wallace, and that's what Hearts don't want at this stage, is to allow the ball out to play like that. But in the last minute,
no, these still fans will be rubbing their hands at the moment. They'll talk in the pubs tonight if they can see this one out. Denting their main rivals' hopes of a Champions League spot. They'll win the derby at home.
Dalglish in, Tal away. Miscue from Aguiar, back goes Skachel. 90 minutes up at Easter Road, 3 to go. 3 minutes of stoppage time, 3 minutes for Hearts to try to salvage a point from this. 3 minutes for Hibs to hold on to what they've got. Craig Gordon thumps it forward. Scott Brown gets his head to it. Aguiar launches it. Jay Shields, Skachel's there. Pospisil chasing, putting pressure on Shields. There was a nudge on the right back, and it's a Hibs free kick.
Yeah, did well with the shields. Look at the difference of size, little and large. That is silly. That is silly from post pursuit. When you think about Hearts' position, Rob, we've got Celtic next week. That is pressure. That is going to be a pressure match. Coming to the nitty-gritty time of the season. Are they going to fall away? Have they got the quality? Have they got the bottom to see it out and win that Champions League spot? This result, if it stays the way it is at the moment, it's going to take a huge dent. And Hearts is pushed for the Champions League.
We're in the second minute of stoppage time. The second of 3, and there will be very little time now remaining for these Hearts fans to find something to shout about before we're finished. Benjaloun hoping he's the match winner. Scott Brown scrapping for everything, and he could have played in Paul Dalglish there. He was just waiting for the pass to release him, but it's a free kick for Hibs anyway.
Well, I don't know why Aguiar's complaining here. It's a Stonewall free kick. What do you mean? What is he trying to kid? Referee's right on the spot. They're not going to get a goal. Hearts back if they're giving free kicks away in their own half.
The last minute of the match, the 3rd minute of time added on. And Craig Gordon wants this launched downfield as quickly as possible. It's with Lee Wallace. The Hibs fans want the final whistle. Hartley's header. Hogg thumps it away. Back it's going to come from Nielsen. Eyes on watches all around the ground. Free kick for Hearts. We're in the last chance saloon.
They're going to pile everybody forward, stick it in there. Hopefully get a lucky bounce, that's what Hearts will be thinking.
Remember the end to the first half. Couldn't happen again, could it? Aguiar's free kick. The head of Berra. Out comes Malkowski, safe hands this time.
Yeah, did well, Malkowski there. Free kick into the back post. Won by the Hibs players. Malkowski comes out and deals with the situation.
Charlie Richmond has had a little look at the watch. The 4th minute of stoppage time. And Hibs have won the derby. Hearts haven't won at Easter Road for 3.5 years. Hibs' proud record intact. Derek Riordan scored goal number 1 after Paul Hartley lost possession in midfield. 15 minutes gone. Ivan Sproul's cut back, and despite Fletcher being in an offside position, Riordan's 20th goal of the season counted. Stoppage time right at the end of the first half. Caldwell's mistake and a massive error from Malkowski allowed Roman Bednar to make the half-time scoreline 1-1. But it was Abdesalam Benjaloun, the Moroccan, who fired home the winning goal in the second half. Hibs have won the derby, and they've asked questions now of Hearts' abilities to hold on to second spot in the SPL. At Easter Road, it's finished. Hibs 2, Hearts 1.
Tony, happy with that?
Yeah, we're happy. Obviously, it's 3 points. It's against our rivals, our city rivals. So, you know, for me, it's a bit of pride back for the football club, for the supporters, and you know, the players. It wasn't a day of pretty football, I don't think. It's, you know, we try and build a reputation over the last 2 years of playing attractive football, but today was a day for showing the supporters that how much, you know, pride and passion there is for their football club, and the players did that today and got a great result.
I am angry about first half, very angry. So second half was a little bit better, but if you want to go to Champions League, first half was nothing.
And here at Celtic Park, one look at Tommy Burns puts football in its proper place. A big scare with skin cancer for him recently. Hopefully he's got the all clear and he's on the road to recovery. He'll be back at work shortly. It's good to see him looking well and chatting there with the Rangers skipper Barry Ferguson. Scotland connections, of course, between those two. Barry Ferguson won't play for Rangers today. Gavin Ray will replace him to make his first Rangers appearance from the start in 2 years. And Stilian Petrov, who's told Celtic he's leaving, he will play today. He is in the Celtic side, and Sean Maloney is back in the starting lineup for them. The full team news to come. Hearts captain Stephen Presley is with Craig and myself, and we'll hear from them all about the Edinburgh Derby after the break. How much damage have Hibs done to the Champions League hopes of their Edinburgh rivals? We'll look back at the moments that mattered in a couple of minutes.